It's like just shit like this. You're not gonna really be able to see it. You can see it right there. $120,000 in a day, Louis. It's boom, liquid, million. You know what I mean? Like it's nothing. It's crazy. So let's talk about this. So what I wanted to get at is, I'm gonna give you guys my biggest influences on my way from broke to become a legit 8-figure earner. This is what molded me. Okay. So the first guy is Tom Hopkins. He's a triple OG in sales. He does question-based selling, which is what we do here. He's been mentors to people like Grant Cardone, someone I looked up to many years, Hector Lamarck, someone I've looked up to. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give you the top 10 principles I've gained from my biggest influences, because we're doing mental tuning today. Okay? Let's talk about sales. I don't really talk about sales a whole lot with the inner circle, but we're gonna talk about it. It says, number one, there's a basic truth of sales. There's a basic truth. It says, if I say it, they tend to doubt it. If they say it, it's true. The key is to take any statement of fact and see how to turn it into a question. Don't tell people, ask people guiding questions. What does that mean? This is what my new guys do. And they're gonna be ringing bells all day. This is what my new guys do. Hey, it's the academy, it's gonna change your life. Well, I'm not sure. Yo, you have to do this because this thing is incredible. It's changing so many lives, it's changing my life, and it's gonna change. The new guy is telling, the new guy or girl is telling them, you need to do this and here's why, you need to do this. Okay, what a professional does is take a, what does it say? It says take a statement of fact. Okay, so this thing has fucking helped people fucking make millions of dollars for sure. So let me ask you a question, Alistair. Okay, so, I met Clay today, and when he set us up, he says that you're serious, not curious about making 6 figures. Is that accurate? Okay, great. And he says, and I'm looking at the notes here, and I quote, you'll do whatever it takes to make 6 figures ethically. Is that correct? Okay, outstanding. And I know you're serious, bro, but just so I know we're on the same page, I'm talking to the right guy. On a scale from 1 to 10, about how serious you are, how committed you are, is it safe to say that you're a 10 out of 10, that you're all in, and you're ready to get to the next and make 6 figures? Is that accurate? Yeah, that's okay, beautiful, outstanding. Okay, good. And then, obviously we're gonna make you an offer at the end of this, but I'm gonna show you what we do, how it's worked for so many different people, young, old, middle-aged, etc. And if what I show you makes sense and it's affordable, you'd be open to the idea of getting started today. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. Okay, beautiful, outstanding. Okay, you see the difference? Yeah. Right? So I'm saying the same thing versus it's gonna change your life. I'm asking questions to warrant a yes. Okay? So that's what we do here. Okay, so we're gonna talk about sales, we're gonna talk about mindset, all this good stuff. I'm just giving you some of the biggest things I've learned from, my mentors. Okay, it says, the top questions you can ask in sales. This is from Tom Hopkins. It's called a tie-down question. Definition, it's defined as a question at the end of a sentence that demands a yes response. I just did that right now. Okay, it'd be a great example. So I'm just gonna go like this. What I like to do is I call, my favorite thing is, it's called If I Could, Would You? Right? If I could, would you? Hey, Consuelo, if I can help you grow your business, if I can actually close your deals, if I can represent you in the brightest light with your company, and I can actually deliver on what I'm promising, you'd be open to the idea of actually partnering up with me today. Is that right? Yeah. Okay, beautiful. So that's a tie down. So in sales, we want yes. Yes means more, the likelihood of closing. The opposite would be no. Would you be open to rock? No. Okay, do you want to change your business? No. Okay, so you got that right? It says, as a general rule, do not use more than 2 tie downs in a presentation because it starts to get gimmicky. And you don't want to insult people's intelligence because you're just it's just not cool. Here we go, the alternate of choice question. A question that has 2 answers. Either answer they choose is a minor agreement of the main decision. The key is that they must know the answers and the answers must confirm that they're going ahead. So I do this to my wife. When I started learning this about 15 years ago, I tell my wife, I trick her ass all the time in a good way. I'd be like, hey, Diana, so, Mexican sounds good. Let me ask you a question. Would do you rather go to Mexican Old Town Cafe or Roberto's, which makes sense? And she's like, Mexican Old Town Cafe. Either way, I want Mexican food. And we're gonna go, and it's just like psychology almost. Hey, Diana, hey, listen, do you want to do A, B, and C? Hey, Deanna, for my birthday, I want to go travel. Hey, listen, would you rather go to Mexico or would you rather go back to New York City? And she's going to pick one. You see what I'm saying? Yes. Right? So how can we use that in a real sales cycle? Okay, hey, Mrs. Jones, super excited to have you on board. Let me ask you a question. Do you want to pay in full or do you want to break this up in installments? What do the installments look like? As soon as she went there, she just bought. Do you understand? Either way, you're picking one. All right? Everybody good? The next thing is called a porcupine question. The technique of answering a question with a question, which helps the prospect take possession. Okay? So a porcupine question. So the prospect would say, hey, Louie, could I break this up in installments? And the response is, would you like to break this up in installments? So it's a porcupine question because they throw you the question and like a porcupine, you get it and you throw it back. Okay? So Mrs. Real Estate Agent, hey, do you think the families would be open to leave the playground in the back? Would you like us to leave the playground in the back? Because when they said that, they just bought. Okay? Cool? Everybody good? Okay, so I'm gonna go a little faster. If you go look at the Closer Academy, you go look at my demos, you'll see that this is real. I don't use the word contract. I use the word agreement, right? Go watch my live closes. You'll see me close $100,000 deals, $50,000 deals, $10,000 deals, $1,000 deals. It says $250,000 in closes. It's more than $500,000. And you'll see I never use these words. Why? Because I learned this from Tom Hopkins. The difference with me of watching the YouTube video is I'm intently looking for that one line like I did with Shaq that's gonna change my fucking life. So Tom Hopkins, number 3, fear words. Every word you say either has a positive effect or a negative effect. Do not use these 7 words. Don't say cost or price, say investment. When I hear my new guys say contract, I know they haven't done enough development yet because I don't say that shit. That's a bad word to me. Don't say down payment, say initial investment. Don't use monthly in payment, say monthly investment. Okay? Don't use the word contract. Use the word agreement or paper or form. Don't use the word buy, use the word own. This is when you're closing a deal. Tom Hopkins is the sales guy. Don't say sell or be sold. Get them involved. Okay? You don't want to sell anybody nothing. You don't want to be like, I just sold you. I want to get you involved with this. Okay? Don't use the word sign it. You did your presentation, you did the stack, they're about to get started. Don't say, hey, sign right here. I just need your authorization. Go look at my closes. You'll hear me say that. Dude, send over the agreement. Just need your authorization. Like, Mike, sign it? Sure. Okay, you guys got that? Good? Authorize it, approve it, or endorse it. Okay, don't conduct demos, conduct presentations. I talk about the academy. I can come up here and give a boring-ass presentation and do a boring-ass demo, but I'm gonna go here, bring a lot of energy, hopefully bring some charisma, some swag, and I'm gonna put on a show. Okay, I could talk about that, but you guys get the idea. All right, some theatrics. Number 5, it says you can expedite the sales process if the prospect is ready. Pay attention to the language of the prospect and even closer attention to the porcupine questions. The prospect may say, how soon can we get started? And you'd respond, let's get you started now. Do you have 20 more minutes? Okay, I can talk about that, but that's pretty straightforward. Good? Cool? Okay, let's move on. The test close. Ooh, fuck. Shit, that won't give me chills. The test close. So I run a 5-step sales process. Introduction, fact finding, demo/presentation, test close, and then the close. We all know the close, right? That's where you actually exchange service or product for dollars. That's the close. No close, nothing else matters. The test close right before. I did my whole deal and I just go, Mrs. Jones, how does everything sound so far? You're a dog trainer. Mrs. Jones, he's never like that, Keith. Well, it's all good. That's why you're here today, right? So let me ask you a question. How does everything sound so far? I love it. When they say I love it, that's a green light for you to proceed to the close. Okay? It's a temp check. Is the water cold or is the water warm? If the water's warm, then I can proceed. Okay, good? Everybody good? Okay, good. Ask a reflex question. Ooh, fuck, this is good. During the close, when you're completing the paperwork, okay, so what I do is, and I haven't really seen too much people do this, we're filling out the paperwork, I did the stack, you're gonna get this, and you're gonna get this offer, you're gonna get this, and we're gonna get this, you're gonna get the supervisor, you're gonna get this. Perfect. Have you heard enough to make a decision? Let me ask you a question. You want to break this up and you want to pay in full? And I'm going to the paperwork now. So, hey, I'm so sorry. What was the date again? Oh, today's the 22nd. Boom, outstanding. Okay, good. And let me ask you a question. Was it Visa, MasterCard, American Express? It's a Visa, Mike. Okay, great. And is it your name on the card? Okay, good. And again, how do you spell your last name? That's what I always say. How do you spell your last name? Boom. Okay, good. And now you're at the card number. You're about to put in 16 digits. I'm ready. And they're like, oh, right now? And you just do that same thing like, sure. Okay. So what I do is, let me ask you a question. Is it Visa, MasterCard, American Express? And it's almost like they fucking become a, what do they call it? Non-playable character? NPG? NPC? It's like they become an NPC. Like they're just, they don't even fucking know. You know what I'm saying? I seen a woman do this to my boy Bruce is pulling up, and we went to go buy his wife Victoria. He went to go buy her some jewelry. And she's like, great, do you want a bracelet or do you want a watch? She's like, a bracelet. She's like, okay, great. Do you like white gold or silver or you want gold? He's like, gold. She's like, okay, great. Do you want like heavy links or small links? He's like, small links. She's like, okay, great. And then you want to have this like wrapped as a gift or you want her to see the box? He's like, wrapped as a gift. Next thing you know, that motherfucker bought $4,000 bracelet. And we walked out. I was like, man, you got fucking played, fool. But you get the idea? It's like very assumptive. Hey, do you want white gold or gold? Gold. Okay, good. What is the date? Visa, MasterCard, American Express. Visa. Okay, great. Is it your last name on the card? Okay, great. How do you spell it? Okay, outstanding. You guys got that, right? Okay, good. Oh, dude, you guys are gonna love this. It's called reduction to the ridiculousness. Okay? And this is gonna be good for people that are selling dog training, very expensive. Because they're trying to make sense of like that big ass investment you're about to, sometimes we charge $2,500, $3,500, $4,500, $5,500. Dylan, what is your biggest package, Dylan? 50K? Okay, that's a significant amount of money, right? Okay? Everybody remember this one. Reduction to the ridiculousness. It's to be used when money is a concern. All they see is that big old $50,000. All they see is $4,500 to train Fido. You take the amount of money, you divide that over the years or length they will enjoy the product. You divide that by the annual amount and you divide that by the daily amount. Then you address and confront the daily cost to utilize the product. Okay, you guys ready? I was starting to make some money. It's like 5 years ago. I did something stupid as hell, and I have a camera guy. I bought a hard-ass mattress for $7,000. I walked, I was like, give me the most expensive one you want, that you got, like a dumbass. I didn't even lay on it. I took it home. I was like, this fucking sucks. This woman did this to me. She handled my wife. So the mattress is $7,000, okay? Watch this. Okay, you guys see my screen? Okay, here we go. Let me see. So the mattress is $7,000, okay? This woman told me 30-year lifetime guarantee, okay? So we're gonna divide that by 30 years, okay? Cool? You guys got that? Yep. I'm gonna divide that, she's doing it on the calculator. This woman is like skilled as hell. I'm gonna divide that by 365 days a year. You guys got that? So, Mrs. Barron, I understand that it's an expensive mattress. I totally get that. But let me ask you a question. Is it worth spending $60 a day over the next 30 years to 100% have the best sleep of your life? Well, let me try one more time. Is it worth 60 cents, the cost less than a freaking water bottle? Is it worth 60 cents to 100% have the best sleep of your life over the next 30 years? I never thought about that. Okay, great, sign right here. It's actually a pretty decent mattress. But you guys get that? Yeah. Right? Okay, so let's just do something else. Keith, what's your go-to package?
Board and train,
6,200. I totally get that. And sometimes people say the same thing. But when you came in, you're talking about, Apollo was pulling grandma down, the sidewalk, and you said that, it's tough during holiday seasons because he's, jumping on family members, and when you put him up, he's barking. So how old did you say he was? He's one? Okay, get that. Still, not even teenager yet. So it is 6,200. Okay, so let's just say on average, dogs live 15 years. Okay, good. So you're talking about 442. Okay, let's divide that by 365. Mrs. Jones, let me ask you a question. If we can get Apollo obedient, listening, not having grandma go down the, the sidewalk, not worrying about having Christmas at your house again, not worrying about him chewing up all the shoes. Let me ask you a question. Over the next 15 years, having Apollo, an obedient, nice boy, for the next 14 years, is it worth $1.20? We can agree on that, right? Okay, outstanding. Do you see how lethal that is? It's fucking lethal. That's cold, right? It is true. I already knew this, and the woman said to me, I was like, fuck, buy that fucking mattress. For real. Okay, so Tom Hopkins, do the most productive thing at every given moment. I'm like a crackhead for production. Okay, on rare occasions, I sit in line, I'll go to the DMV. Instead of sitting in the shitty-ass California DMV for 3 hours, I'm on my phone, I'm tapping the sales vice president, I'm tapping John Pena, I'm creating content, I'm hitting Henry. Self-explanatory. Do the most productive thing possible at every given moment. Yes, you got to rest. Yes, you need to chill out. Yes, you need to decompress. But I don't sit idle. I never sit idle. Okay. Cool? Everybody good? Okay. Number 10, and last thing for Tom Hopkins. When somebody asks you a question about your ask, especially pertaining to the words that Tom recommends, simply smile and say, sure. I kind of touched on this before. You ask, I need your authorization on the agreement, and the prospect responds, you mean sign it? Give it up for them, give it up. You simply smile and nod your head and say, sure. So I would send over an agreement, because we don't send over contracts. I would send over an agreement, Dylan, and I'd be like, all right, that's in your inbox. You got that? Perfect. Hey, all I need from you is your authorization. And they're like, Mike, so you want me to sign it? And I'm looking at them like they're crazy. I'm like, sure. Do you get it? Like I'm like flipping on them. Like I'm like, so you want me to sign this contract? And I'm like, sure. It's fucking nuts. Okay, good? Everybody good?